What up, Space Fam? Goes in here from AnimeUproar, back at it again to discuss the latest, craziest chapter in the One Piece story. And although we had to wait a bit for this one, it was well worth it, so make sure to stay tuned for that. If you do enjoy seeing these One Piece videos on the channel and want to keep them coming, the best thing you can do is smash that like button and share this video with your nakama. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit that notification bell and select all, or you will miss future One Piece videos. Also, as you wait for future chapters to drop, feel free to check out my growing One Piece playlist, where I got videos about the Red Scabbard, Supernovas, Yonko, and much more. Link in the description. I've also been streaming on the AnimeUproar Twitch pretty much daily, so come hang out. Link to that is in the description as well. Now, without further ado, let's jump into it, spoilers and all. The chapter is called Remnants, and we'll discuss its significance more when we actually get to that part in the chapter. I do want to mention we got a very fun colored image of the Straw Hat crew and them smiling, eating, and having a good time. And for all those people desiring to see Zoro cut Kaido, he is drinking from a bowl with what seems to be a blue Kaido-esque dragon on it. Could it be nothing? Yes. But there has been talk of Zoro possibly using his impressive sword skills on Kaido, like the Red Scabbards have been doing, so I thought it was worth mentioning. So far at least, it does seem like swords are the best way to harm Kaido, so Luffy might need some help in that regard. I was also super hyped to see that we got the official colors of Yamato, who has white hair and red horns and a white outfit as well. Very cool stuff, and this is hype even though she doesn't play a huge role in this chapter. We also see Luffy with his coat, looking tough and stylish. And lastly, for my fellow Demon Slayer fans out there, we do also see my boy Rengoku on the cover, probably advertising the upcoming movie that should have dropped on the 16th. Right away, we start with some really interesting stuff. Big Mom has come across Perospero, who had teamed up with Marco the Phoenix to take down Kaido. Perospero never liked the idea of his mother teaming up with arguably her biggest rival for the Pirate King position. However, Big Mom is like, trust me dude, I know what I'm doing, and in Marco's case, he sees that the invitation to work together between him and Perospero seems to be no more. I don't know how Perospero thought Big Mom would change her mind because of him, but we'll see if Perospero ends up doing some stuff to make things more difficult for Kaido anyways. But even though now Big Mom and Marco are seemingly enemies, they aren't jumping to kill each other. There is a certain level of respect between everyone present, and that's something I enjoy seeing. Big Mom does comment, however, that Whitebeard's remnants have lost their way, pointing to the title of the chapter. Remnant means a small remaining quantity of something, but it's pretty much what remains of the Whitebeard pirates. And Marco answers back that they're not bound to Whitebeard's will, and remember that Whitebeard wanted to save Luffy. Rather, as Marco says, everyone who's left is free, and in Marco's case, still choosing to help Luffy. And man, I just gotta say, Marco is so cool. I just had to mention that. He's just casually talking to Big Mom here and making potentially groundbreaking alliances. Very cool stuff. Big Mom looks intimidating and says dead men give no orders, so do as you will. And this is an interesting conversation because the idea of wills constantly comes up in One Piece, and the idea of inheriting wills. It is true that dead men can't control the actions of the living, but people like Marco or the Scabbards still can freely decide to carry on their wills, which inevitably ends up happening. Obviously, even though Odin's dead, people are still very much carrying on his will, and you can even say his orders in the present. Carrot pops up, seemingly seeing Perospero and wanting to avenge Pedro. I have no idea how Carrot expects to take on the Big Mom pirates, but I am intrigued to see how this develops. This scene does show though how complicated war can be. Literally, Perospero can be an enemy one second, and he could have easily been an ally the next if Big Mom was on board. I still feel like the Marco and Perospero alliance will have some significance moving forward, otherwise there wasn't really a point in introducing it in my opinion. Luffy's time to shine in this chapter is him just running to catch up with Kaido and him thanking people for clearing the way. This was very comedic to me to see our protagonist passingly like this, but this chapter is not really his time to shine yet. So we just have this comedic drive-by moment for now, reminding us to not worry since his time is coming. The island is in an uproar, an anime uproar, and we got Maria giving us some music to go along with the crazy events. She speaks of two who wish to be united but could never be together. At last they will meet beneath the light of the moon while passions run high. We definitely have passions running high on this moonlit night, and this song is framed as romantic, but it can also be seen as reflecting the current happenings in Wano. We also see Yamato as Maria plays, and although we saw her foregrounded in the cover, this is pretty much all we get from her now. She's still chasing Shinobu and Momonosuke, and in a way now, Oden and Momonosuke are meeting. The father and son obviously couldn't otherwise meet because Oden's dead, but since Yamato keeps insisting on being Oden, that impossible meeting is sort of happening, just like in Maria's song. Am I stretching a bit? Yes, probably, but I do think it's interesting that those lines were sung right as we were being shown Momonosuke and Yamato. As Maria continues to rock out in what is sure to be a glorious scene in the anime, we jump to the battle between the Red Scabbards and Kaido. Absolutely gorgeous art here. Oden told Kaido not to underestimate his samurai, and I think we all did to an extent. But these guys have more than delivered on what was expected of them, and they continue to do so. As I've been mentioning frequently, Kaido is not undefeatable. As soon as he was introduced, we were told that he tasted defeat as a pirate multiple times. It's just that no one could kill him, not even himself. We were also told always bet on Kaido in a one-on-one fight, but this clearly isn't a one-on-one fight. We got 9 underestimated samurai here, counting Izo, and they're doing absolutely amazing. And keep in mind, help is coming in the form of Luffy and friends too. Kaido is mythical in every sense. When he roars, lightning comes out, although the scabbards succeed in avoiding any damage. We get Sulong Nekomamushi hit Kaido with his paw. Kawamatsu slices Kaido's mouth, and Beast Pirates continue to be shocked that these 9 are actually hurting Kaido. Just as Kaido sends Kawamatsu flying, Inuarashi stabs him with his sword leg, penetrating his skin. Keep in mind, when people tried to guillotine Kaido, the blade just cracked. So the fact that these guys are penetrating his skin is no small feat. Izo and Kiku attack and hit, but Kaido says enough nonsense. None of the attacks bear any resemblance to Oden. And let's keep in mind that Oden, in my view, was besting Kaido in their past fight before Oden was distracted into thinking that his son was in danger. Oden arguably had Kaido on the ropes before the distraction, and Kaido did not end up giving him a fair fight after he used the distraction to take him out. These 9 here are Oden's students, and they have trained and improved since then. So it's not crazy to think that together, if they internalize their teacher's lessons, they could hurt Kaido, especially if we throw in Kaido's mental instability right now. Just like how the memory of Yorichi freaks out Muzan and awakens old wounds in Demon Slayer, I feel like Oden's memory is destabilizing Kaido, leading to weaker defenses as well. Although we must also assume that Kaido is much stronger than he was back then during the Oden fight. This is when we get my favorite moment in this chapter. Raizo, who I must admit that I underestimated, comes in clutch, showing he's the MVP of this chapter. Raizo uses a ninja scroll to seal Kaido's blast breath attack, and then proceeds to unleash it back against him. What an amazing moment! Even Kaido must be hurt by his own powerful attack. I absolutely love it that Raizo got his chance to shine here. And again, we have Beast Pirates shocked that Kaido is taking so much damage, and clearly Kaido is having trouble, or he would have just finished them all off by now. We have a flashback of Oden wanting to teach his two-sword style to his students, but at the time they didn't want to learn. However, by now it seems like Inuarashi, Kinemon, Denjiro, and Ashura actually have learned it, which is hype because that style was clearly the most effective we've ever seen against Kaido. Kaido calls it a cheap imitation, and we get more flashbacks of Oden talking about Ryo, aka the Wano term for Busoshoku Haki. This type of haki, when advanced enough, can be emitted from the user or their weapons and destroy the target from inside out. Luffy thought that this might help him hurt the seemingly invincible Kaido, and clearly it does work on Kaido. The aforementioned Red Scabbards use the exact move, Paradise Totsuka, that Oden used to harm Kaido so bad so many years ago. Not only that, they use it on the scar Oden left, reopening it. Amazing stuff, simply amazing. They are building on Oden's legacy together, so whatever they accomplish, it's thanks to Oden as well. I still can't really see the Red Scabbards beating Kaido on their own, but man, they have been instrumental in hurting him, and if we keep getting people in the house like Luffy to keep giving damage to Kaido's reopened Oden wound, then victory actually seems possible at this point. And how will Big Mom react to this? Will she defend a weakened Kaido, or see this as an opportunity to betray him as Perospero would like her to do. Crazy stuff. Again, I don't want to overcorrect and say that the Red Scabbards will be able to take down Kaido alone, but 100% they've done more damage than I expected, and they were way more epic than I expected them to be in this fight, especially Raizo, my personal MVP of this chapter. Odin's spirit clearly lives on and is haunting Kaido big time, with Luffy being able to emit Haki and cause even more internal damage to Kaido's worst ever and reopened wound. I feel like we can finally begin to see Kaido's defeat in our minds, although we've still got a long way to go to get there, no doubt, despite how this last panel makes it look. And that is it for this chapter. Let me know how you like this chapter and what you expect to see next. If you did enjoy this review and want to keep them coming, the best thing you can do is smash that like button and share this video with your nakama. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit that notification bell and select all, or you will miss future One Piece videos. Also, as you wait for future chapters to drop, feel free to check out my growing One Piece playlist, where I got videos about the Red Scabbard, Supernovas, Yonko, and much more. Link in the description. I've also been streaming on AnimeUproar Twitch pretty much daily, so come hang out. Link to that is in the description as well. Thanks again, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys!